Tell me about your background and what led you to do hobby beekeeping in Hawaii.
Well, my background has been always being connected to plants and trees and garden and insects. Growing up, I had my own little garden beside my mom's garden. So I was always really into gardening and seeing flowers growing and seeing the seasons coming and going. And so moving to Hawaii, I always was living on a farm, or now I have my own property with my own little garden. And in the area that I'm living, there's a lot of beekeepers. And through knowing all these beekeepers, I got inspired to be a beekeeper myself. So I met Jen. She is a beekeeper and she had workshops. So she offered workshops and I was interested. And so I just took the workshop and helped her with the bees. And so I experienced working with bees and helping her just simple things like keeping the smoker going, on harvesting honey, processing honey, all of this. And then my boyfriend this time gifted me a beehive. And that's how it all started. So I still have this one hive, and I only have one hive, which is not common. Most people have more than one hive, but I just kept it simple. And there's a lot of honey that I harvest. And yeah, that's how it all started.
I love how your journey into beekeeping was such an organic extension of your lifelong connection to gardening and nature. It's wonderful how community and curiosity led you to this fulfilling hobby. It must feel magical to harvest honey from your own hive and then share that honey with others. So, I'm curious. How do your love for gardening and beekeeping connect with your work as a colon hydrotherapist and energy healer? Do you see any parallels there in terms of nurturing and balance?
Let me think about that. I cannot.
No worries, take your time. It's interesting how different aspects of our lives can interconnect, even if not immediately obvious. Maybe there are subtle ways your practices influence each other, or maybe they fulfill different parts of your spirit. What do you find most rewarding about your work as a colon hydrotherapist and energy healer?
Well, thanks to come up with another question. Um, but I see a connection there. It's about practically healing the world. If I work with bees, I'm connecting to nature, I'm connecting to another being, I'm connecting to my garden, my flowers, the earth, and I think it's all about healing, healing the earth by connecting to the earth in a very private, intimate kind of relationship. And my work is like this too. So I work with my clients, and it's about healing, it's about raising their consciousness, it's raising their vibrational frequency through the work that I'm doing, through cleansing, through getting more awareness to our diet, to my diet, clients' diet, and so yeah, it's all about healing and connecting. In my physical and spiritual healing work, I really connect to the person's energy, to the person's body, and by having like really etheric healing music and giving them my healing touch and really connect to what this body in this moment needs and where they're at on their earth journey is what I'm doing. And it's super fun. I love it. I love healing. Thank you.
That's such a beautiful way to look at it. I love how you see healing as a thread that ties together your connection with nature and the earth, as well as your work with clients. It's a powerful concept to raise vibrational frequencies and awareness, whether it's through bees or energy healing. With so many elements at play in your practices, how do you usually approach creating a space, be it physical or energetic, that fosters healing and connection for those you work with?
Well, I got to start with my own body and my own spirit and my own soul, and all of these three parts of me needs to be grounded and centered. So I have my yoga practice and also my clean diet and also like my spiritual kind of practice of meditation and grounding techniques I'm using to be really present and grounding in myself. And from that point, I can reach out. And the space where I work has got to be kind of centered too. It's got to be clean and it got to be, the colors got to match. It's got to have a nice aroma. So I have aroma therapy going on in my treatment rooms too. And I have nice calming pictures and little crystals and little cards that people can pull. And all of these little things make them feel welcome and grounded and comfort. So I want to create comfort for my clients. And also, like that relates to my bees too. If I work with my bees, I got to be really grounded and present with them and move kind of slowly and tune in with them and be very present. And my garden, is nice and organized in one way too. I weed my garden, I plant lots of flowers, I see what's flowering and where the bees are going. So I'm like kind of harmonizing with my environment. And from there, I work.
That's truly inspiring, the way you cultivate harmony in every aspect of your life. It's amazing how your grounding practices set the tone for everything else, ensuring that both your personal energy and the spaces you create are inviting and healing. I love how you mentioned harmonizing with your environment, whether it's your clients or your bees. How do you decide which plants and flowers to include in your garden to support that harmony and the needs of your bees?
There's a lot of flowers that are in the area I live. There's coconut palms. They have a lot of flowers, and the bees love them. There's also a lot of wildflowers, and my neighbors have all kinds of fruit trees and flowers. So it's kind of a mix between the environment where I live that give my bees pollen and nectar to collect. And it's also my own garden, which I planted a lot of roses because I just love roses. Roses are one of the flower with the highest frequency, and the bees really love them. So, and also yeah, it's a combination of what I like to eat and what I like to grow, and that's automatically creates a lot of flowers for my bees. For example, the passion fruit has lots of passion flowers, and the bees love them. I also have a lot of fruit trees like citrus, um, tangerines, and limes, and the bees just love it too. So it's kind of, I choose the flowers, and the bees just, they love all the flowers. So we we get along really well in our flower world.
It sounds like you've created a little paradise, not just for yourself, but for your bees as well. I love how your choices are guided both by what you enjoy and by what supports the local ecosystem. It's so heartwarming to hear how in sync you are with your environment. The bees must be thriving. Speaking of thriving, I'm curious, when it comes to selling your honey and beeswax candles, how do you find that experience impacts your connection with your community and customers?
I love it. If people buy my honey, I feel honored by them to be attracted to what I have to offer. And that's the same with my beeswax candles. That I have, by the way, lots of different molds uh, to create different candles in all kinds of sizes and forms. And so they are little characters themselves. And I'm always happy, of course, that my candles found a customer, but also I'm excited to be able to make more candles, which is so much fun. And where I am, I already mentioned that there are a lot of beekeepers, and that's therefore there's a lot of honey on the market. But like I said, when people buy my honey, I feel very honored to make that choice to choose my honey for my hive. And of course, I think my honey is special because it's came from my only one hive, and from a garden that has a lot of roses. And yeah, it really connects me deeply um, with my community to know that my honey will be on their table, in their tea, in their food, in their whatever they use it for. And my beeswax candles will burn at night and give them light, and maybe will be used for prayer or for ceremony or for something special.
That's such a heartfelt way to describe your connection with your community. It's wonderful that each jar of honey and each unique candle carries a piece of your garden and your personal touch. Knowing that your creations become part of special moments in people's lives must be incredibly rewarding. I'm curious, have you had any memorable experiences or feedback from customers that have really stood out to you and reinforced that connection?
Not that I really remember, but there was one situation that I remember that was really outstanding. Being called from one of my clients to do uh, home call for my massage and energy work. And arriving there, it was her birthday, and she bought a bunch of my candles, not through me, through a store. I'm selling my candles, and they were all lit up all around us while I gave her her birthday massage. And that was pretty special.
Wow, that sounds like such a magical experience. I can only imagine the ambience of having your candles illuminating the space while you offered your healing touch. What a beautiful way for your work to come full circle, creating a truly memorable moment for her birthday. It's like your bees, your craft, and your healing all came together in that perfect setting. Do you find that these experiences influence how you approach your creative or healing practices?
Yeah, this is truly inspiring, and it makes me just um, continues what I'm doing and being inspired and loving the things I'm doing. And every time I go in my beehive, it's a different experience. It's a different, um, it's a, yeah, it's a different experience. It's always different. Everything is always different. Every client is different. Every energy book I do, every physical, spiritual healing I do is different. And yeah, I love the feedback, and I love just doing what I'm doing. It's very rewarding to me and just inspires me to keep on doing it and loving it.
That's so beautiful, Silk. I love how you embrace the uniqueness of every moment and interaction, whether it's with your bees or your clients. It sounds like there's a continuous flow of inspiration in your life, keeping your passion fresh and vibrant. With such a dynamic and fulfilling practice, what advice would you offer to someone who wants to cultivate a similar connection with nature or explore the healing arts?
Well, it really starts within everybody. Needs to be a solid connection to the self, and a groundedness, and through gardening that can help to be more grounded, and through whatever people use to center themselves and ground themselves is for me the basic situation to reach out to whatever they want to do, whatever their passion is. Because if you're grounded in yourself, you will be present with what you want to bring to this world.
That's such insightful advice. I really appreciate how you emphasize the importance of being grounded and connected to oneself as a foundation for pursuing one's passions. It makes so much sense that being present and centered can enhance whatever we choose to offer to the world. As we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to share about your journey or something you're particularly excited about in your work these days?
Yes, there is. And it's the connection to this beautiful planet. And every day on this planet is being special, and special recognized by a chance to enjoy and live a fulfilled life.